Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to the top 50 MCQ session in which we are going to cover top 50 MCQs from the month of December 2022, and this is the part 2 of this particular series in which we will be covering the top 50 MCQs which are relevant for the RBI Grade B, NABARD Grade A and the SEBI Grade A exam. So guys, this session is basically a revision session of what you have covered in the past 1 week with the fast track sessions on our YouTube channel. Okay, so guys, this is a revision session, so this is going to be a rapid fire one and all of you are requested to give your answers, comment your answers in the comment section below. But before beginning this particular session, I'm having a very important announcement for all of you that we at EduTap are launching the comprehensive guidebook for the SEBI Grade A, NABARD Grade A and the RBI Grade B exam. So guys, when I talk about these guidebooks, these are the ultimate one-stop solution center which are going to provide you the definitive answers to all your queries, be it about the exam, be it about the organization itself and be it about the preparation. For example, when I talk about the Reserve Bank of India, तो Reserve Bank of India का developmental role क्या है Indian economy के अंदर, what are the different departments in the RBI. Apart from that, when I talk about the exam, so what is the eligibility criteria, what is the pattern of the exam, what is the previous year cutoffs, what is the detailed syllabus. When I talk about the preparation of the exam, what are the different sources that you must refer to in order to clear this exam, what you should do, what you are required to cover, so everything, so definitive answers to all these questions which pops up in the mind of an aspirant are basically provided in this ultimate comprehensive guidebook which we have released for RBI Grade B, NABARD Grade A as well as the SEBI Grade exam. And you know what? There is one very important point about this particular guidebook is that this is absolutely free. Now you must be thinking that what exactly it is worth of because it is free. See guys, in the monetary terms it is free, but for an aspirant, what are the three most important things? These are their time, their effort and their energy. So these precious stones of every aspirant, we are really going to save them for you so that you can just employ them for your preparation and clear the exam. So what are you waiting for? Kindly download this guidebooks from the link given in the description of this video. Now let's move back to this session. So guys, in this session we will be covering the top 50 MCQs and you are required to tell me what exactly your score was after the end of the session. So out of 50, please tell me in the comment section that what is exactly your score after the end of the session. So this is also a compulsory thing for all of you to comment your answers in the comment section below. So let's begin the session with the very first question, and the very first question is here on your screen. So here you are required to tell me the name of the state government which has unveiled Asia's first drone delivery hub. So guys, see what is exactly making this question very important, because here these two words, that is Asia's first, is basically the two words which are making it more important to cover to come up in the exam. So when I talk about this particular state government, it has basically partnered with the Tech Eagle organization in order to provide universal access to the healthcare for the people in the state. So as we all know that this is the Asia's first drone delivery hub. So as we are employing the drones, so for what purpose basically we employ drones? We employ drones for basically delivering something. So it can be the drugs, it can be the diagnostic samples, it can be the vaccine. So when I talk about the right answer to this question, it is option C, that is Meghalaya. So guys, Meghalaya is the right answer to this question. I hope that all of you have answered it correctly in the comment section. Let's move on to the next question. So here you are required to tell me the name of the organization or the ministry which has decided to help the waste segregation workers access government schemes by distributing the Jan Dhan account kits. So guys, basically this particular organization or the ministry has decided कि भाई हम waste segregation workers को Jan Dhan account kits distribute करने वाले हैं. So what is the name of that ministry or the organization? Is it the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment? Is it the UNDP or World Bank or the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs or UNEP? Please tell me the right answer in the comment section. So guys, when I talk about that, what exactly is the relevance of providing these Jan Dhan account kits to these Safai Sathis, that is the waste segregation workers? Basically, you can see here that this is going to ensure the well-being of these Safai Sathis, and it is also a part of the financial inclusion program of the government of India. So here you can very easily see that when we will providing the Jan Dhan account kits to these particular workers, that means it will lead to financial inclusion in the country, and that is why it is a very important initiative which is being taken by this particular part. And when I talk about the right answer, it is the UNDP which has basically decided to help these waste segregation workers. And let me give you a very interesting fact that till now only 20% of the Safai Sathis have been included as a part of the Jan Dhan program. And when I talk about the opening of these Jan Dhan accounts, so it has been facilitated through the UNDP's Plastic Waste Management Program, a very, very important program which has been released by the United Nations Development Program. So I hope this is clear to all of you guys. Let's move on to the next question. Here you are required to tell me the Asian Development Bank, the ADB, has partnered with the government of India, and under this they are going to provide the USD 3 million PRF facility. Now you must be thinking that what exactly PRF stands for. It is the Project Readiness Financing. ठीक है जी. तो why exactly this particular partnership has been done? To support the preparatory activities for designing a project to improve the municipal infrastructure in priority areas of dash city. So let me give you a very, very small hint that this particular city is basically in Nagaland. So now I think that life is very easy for you to answer this question. And here guys, the right answer is option D, that is Agartala. Agartala is the right answer. Now you must be thinking that what exactly this project readiness financing is all about. See guys, it is basically for the smooth transition from preparation to implementation of the project. और साथ ही साथ जो हमें initial disbursements देने होते हैं so that that project can be completed, and for that only this particular kind of project readiness financing partnership has been done by ADB with the government of India. A very, very important point. और यहाँ पर मैं आपके साथ बहुत ही बार डिस्कस कर चुका हूँ कि what exactly are the things that you are required to cover from the Asian Development Bank. That is वो कब establish हुआ था, कौन member countries हैं, कौन उसका president है, where is the headquarter of ADB. So all these kind of details you are required to cover from the exam point of view. Let's move on to the next question. So World Bank ने upgrade किया है इंडिया का GDP growth forecast for the fiscal year 2023 and you are required to tell me कि कितना % उसको basically upgrade किया है World Bank ने. तो World Bank के president है हमारे डेविड मैलपास, ठीक है. उसका हेडक्वार्टर कहाँ है ये आपको मुझे बताना है कमेंट सेक्शन के अंदर. और जब हम बात करते हैं राइट आंसर की, इट इज बेसिकली ऑप्शन सी, दैट इज 6.9%. लेट मी टेल यू हियर दैट अर्लियर 2 months back वर्ल्ड बैंक हैज cut the India GDP growth forecast from 7.5% to 6.5%, and now it has basically increased to 6.9% in the present update. That is the right answer to the question, that is option C. Now next question, SIDBI. So here now the SIDBI is in the news. So SIDBI ने यहाँ पर एक MOU साइन किया है MSMEs की डेवलपमेंट के लिए. बेसिकली ये एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है और आपको बताने की वो कौन सी कंट्री का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसका नाम है मॉन्शात. तो आपको बताना है कि ये कौन सी कंट्री का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसने बेसिकली ये MOU साइन किया है with the SIDBI in order to develop MSMEs, that is micro, small and medium enterprises. And here guys the right answer is option A, that is Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia is the right answer. Now when I talk about the SIDBI, तो SIDBI कब established हुआ था? It was established on 2nd of April 1990. Who is presently the chairman and managing director of SIDBI? It is basically S. Raman. When I talk about the headquarter of SIDBI, it is in Lucknow. So guys, these are the details that you are always required to cover whenever you are covering these kind of news articles, and you see such kind of names in the organization in the news. Always ask yourself these kind of details, and that's how you are really required to cover all the different parameters of one news article which are really required to cover from the exam point of view. Let's move on to the next question. तो यूक्रेन के प्रेसिडेंट को recently टाइम मैगजीन्स 2022 पर्सन ऑफ द ईयर से नवाजा गया है, उनको डिक्लेयर किया गया है. और आपको बताना है कि फ्रॉम विच ईयर द this particular tradition of naming person of the year was being started by the Time magazine. तो जब हम बात करते हैं उस प्रेसिडेंट की जिसको यहाँ पर किया है, it is the Vladimir Zelensky, who is the Ukraine president, who has become the Time magazine's 2022 person of the year. So when I talk about the right answer guys, it is option D, that is 1927. So whenever I see the Ukraine, some questions comes up in my mind. For example, for example, what is the capital of Ukraine? So we all know that it is Kyiv. So now please tell me in the comment section that what is the currency of Ukraine. So please tell me what is the right answer to this question in the comment section. Let's move on to the next question. अगला question guys आपकी स्क्रीन पर, that is on the monetary policy committee. तो यहाँ पर recently आप सब जानते हैं कि monetary policy committee जो कि रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया की है, उन्होंने रेपो रेट को यहाँ पर इंक्रीज किया है. और आपको बताना है कि कितना परसेंटेज, what is the present percentage of the repo rate as per the MPC, Reserve Bank of India. So guys, please tell me what is the right answer in the comment section. Till then we can already discuss that about the monetary policy committee of the Reserve Bank of India. Let me tell you, when I talk about the number of members in the monetary policy committee, there are 6 members. जहां पर हम बात करते हैं कि पहले member है हमारे गवर्नर, RBI के गवर्नर, that is Dr. Shaktikant Das ji, और who is also the chairperson of, that means the Governor is also the chairperson of the Monetary Policy Committee, and he is also the ex officio member of the Monetary Policy Committee. Now, the second point is the Deputy Governor, who is also the in charge of the Monetary Policy Department. And when I talk about presently, he is Dr. Michael Debratra Patra, who is presently serving as in the Monetary Policy Committee. Now, the third person here is one of the officers of the Reserve Bank of India, who is being nominated by the Central Board, and presently Dr. Rajiv Ranjan is working in the Monetary Policy Committee. Now, these are the three people. Now, there are other three people as well. Let me name them as well. For example, here it is Professor Ashima Goyal, who is also the member of this particular committee. Then we have Professor Jayant R. Verma, and we have also Dr. Shashank Bhide. So this is basically the composition of the Monetary Policy Committee. And when I talk about the right answer to this question, guys, the right answer is option A, that is 6.25%. Here some other details are also being mentioned here that you can go through. For example, when I talk about the STF rate, it is 6%. Then when I talk about the MSF rate, it is 6.5%. When I talk about the GDP growth rate, which is being decreased by the Reserve Bank of India to 6.8% from 7%, which was projected in September 2022. So these all are details are very much important for all of you to cover from the exam point of view. Let's move on to the next question. So Government of India has decided to invest rupees 5,000 crore more in the Swami Investment Fund. So what does H stands for in Swami? So please tell me what is the right answer in the question. When I talk about the Swami Fund, guys, it is a very important thing that you all of you must know. When I talk about the Swami Fund, it was basically launched to provide the priority debt financing to the completion of the stressed brownfield stalled प्रोजेक्ट्स एंड ऑल्सो द रेरा रजिस्टर्ड रेजिडेंशियल प्रोजेक्ट्स. तो ऐसे जितने भी प्रोजेक्ट्स थे जो कि स्टॉल थे उनको कंप्लीट किया जा सके, इसके लिए स्वामी फंड को यहां पर लॉन्च किया गया था. एंड व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द राइट आंसर हियर बेसिकली इट स्टैंड्स फॉर हाउसिंग. तो दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट दैट यू ऑल आर रिक्वायर्ड टू रिमेंबर. स्वामी की अगर हम बात करें, इट वाज बेसिकली एस्टैब्लिश्ड अंडर द स्पेशल विंडो फॉर अफोर्डेबल एंड मिड इनकम हाउसिंग. Next question. Eminent economist and the former union minister has passed away recently, or he was headed a task force in 1917 which devised the first ever poverty estimate based on the calorie requirement. And what is the name of that person? So the right answer is option C, that is YK Alag. So you must have basically heard about the YK Alag committee जिन्होंने अपनी recommendations दी थी. So इसी तरीके से आप देख सकते हो कि जब पर्सनैलिटी न्यूज के ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन आते हैं एग्जाम के अंदर, एंड ऑल ऑफ यू आर रियली रिक्वायर्ड टू कवर दीस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम द एग्जाम point of view. Let's move on to the next question. Here a beautiful picture is being present here. Aditya Mittal, he is basically the Aditya Mittal who has recently become the India's chess grandmaster, and this is one of the off track questions which basically comes up in the exam. The question is basically कि कौन से नंबर के ये chess grandmaster बने हैं इंडिया के. The name is Aditya Mittal and the right answer is option E, that is 77th chess grandmaster. Next question. Mina Shui Choi, from which of the following countries has been crowned as Miss Earth 2022? So here you can see the picture of the person who has been awarded as the Miss Earth 2022, and basically the question is from which country she belongs to. Let me tell you that she has become the first Korean person to win this particular pageant, and here guys the right answer is option C, that is South Korea. ठीक है जी. Now the next question. So here you can see that basically World Athlete of the Year यहां पर नेम किया गया है ड्यूरिंग द वर्ल्ड एथलेटिक्स अवार्ड्स. यहां पर दो पर्सन के नाम ऑलरेडी गिवन हैं, दैट इज सिडनी मैकलॉलन एंड आर्मंड ड्यूप्लांटिस. तो आपको ये बताना है कि जो आर्मंड ड्यूप्लांटिस है, आर्मंड ड्यूप्लांटिस कौन से एथलेटिक स्पोर्ट से एसोसिएटेड है, दैट इज व्हाट द क्वेश्चन इज ऑल अबाउट. व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द सिडनी मैकलॉलन, शी इज अ हर्डलर एंड शी बेसिकली पार्टिसिपेट्स इन हर्डल रेसेस. व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन, दैट इज द पर्सन, another person who has also been named as the world athlete of the year, that is Armand Duplantis. He is basically a pole vaulter, and the right answer to the question is option A, that is pole vaulter. So see, from this question you must analyze yourself कि आपको क्या क्या details पढ़नी है from the exam point of view. For example, when I talk about here, the name of the person is also very important. Apart from that, the sport from which he is associated to is also very important to be covered from the exam point of view. Let's move on to the next question. So here you are required to tell me which of the following Indian has not been featured in the BBC's 100 Women List 2022. So BBC ने यहाँ पर 100 Women List निकाली है, और आपके सामने क्वेश्चन ये है कि इसमें से कौन सी, इस लिस्ट में से वो कौन सी वुमेन है who is not the part of this BBC 100 Women List 2022, and here the right answer is option E, that is Sudha Murthy. who was not the part of this particular list. Now the next question, so which of the following companies has partnered with the National Small Industries Corp to support MSME? So वो कौन सी कंपनी है जिसने रिसेंटली पार्टनरशिप की है with the National Small Industries Corp to support MSME? यहाँ पर एम काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है, दैट इज MSMEs को सपोर्ट करने के लिए पार्टनरशिप की गई है। और यहाँ पर वी ऑलवेज टेल यू व्हेन एवर देयर इज एन MOU व्हाट यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू रिमेंबर। फर्स्ट थिंग इज द नेम ऑफ द पार्टी इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू बी कवर फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, कौन सी पार्टीज है जिनके बीच में MOU हुआ है। सेकंड इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज द एम ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर MOU। तो एम तो काफी सिंपल है, दैट इज टू सपोर्ट MSMEs, बट द सेकंड थिंग इज व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ द पार्टी। सो वन पार्टी इज NSIC, द व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दैट अनदर पार्टी? इट इज बोथ वॉलमार्ट एंड फ्लिपकार्ट, जिन्होंने की ये MOU पार्टनरशिप साइन किया है विद द NSIC। नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, इंटरनेशनल सिविल एविएशन डे 2022। So guys, see, this particular session is a revision session, so in this we are basically going to discuss only those questions which are really very relevant to be discussed. Otherwise you can see that these kind of questions are very direct in nature, and that is why I'm just telling you the answers and I'm moving to the next question. For example, when I talk about the important days, what are the different dimensions that you must cover up in the important days? First one is the date itself, जिस date पर हम उसको celebrate करते हैं, and the second thing is the theme. So when I talk about the date of this particular International Civil Aviation Day, it is being celebrated on 7th December every year. When I talk about the theme of the International Civil Aviation Day 2022, it was advancing innovation for global aviation development. So guys, kindly mark my words. These two dimensions are really very important to be covered whenever we talk about the important international days. Now the next question. So which of the following has partnered with the GMR Airport Limited to invest 631 crore in the 3 airports? तो इनमें से वो कौन से कंपनी है या फिर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है या फिर कोई मिनिस्ट्री है या फिर कोई भी ऐसा फंड है जिसने की पार्टनरशिप की है विद द GMR एयरपोर्ट लिमिटेड, जिसके अंदर वो 631 करोड़ रुपीस को इन्वेस्ट करने वाले हैं 3 एयरपोर्ट्स के अंदर? एंड हियर गाइस द राइट आंसर इज नेशनल इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फंड, जिन्होंने की पार्टनरशिप की है। नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, सो हियर हु अमंग द फॉलोइंग हैज बीन अपॉइंटेड एज द चेयर ऑफ बिजनेस 20 B20 फॉर इंडिया G20 प्रेसिडेंसी? तो ये आपको बताना है कि किसको चेयर ऑफ बिजनेस 20 बनाया गया है। When I talk about this B20 ना, guys, B20 represents the voice of the entire G20 business community, and that is what is very important. And when I talk about the name of the person, see that person, उनकी यहाँ पर फोटो आपके लिए दी गई है so that you can recognize him, and if you can't, so when I talk about the name, so let me give you another hint that that person is basically associated with the Tata Sons. Now I think that the life is easy for you to answer this question, and the right answer is option A, that is N Chandrasekharan is the right answer. Now the next question, International Lusophone Festival जो कि रिसेंटली गोवा के अंदर स्टार्ट किया गया था, और आपको बताना है कि इट इज अ कनेक्शन बिटवीन गोवा एंड द कम्युनिटी ऑफ विच लैंग्वेज कंट्रीज? वी ऑल नो दैट गोवा की अगर हम बात करें वो ऐसी कौन सी लैंग्वेज कंट्री के साथ एसोसिएटेड है? वेरी इजी टू आंसर, दैट इज ऑप्शन डी, दैट इज पोर्तुगीज। पोर्तुगीज इज द राइट आंसर। नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ न्यू एंड रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी ने एक्सटेंड किया है रूफटॉप सोलर प्रोग्राम को किस डेट तक? सो गाइस, जब हम अगर बात करें रूफटॉप सोलर प्रोग्राम की, इट वाज बेसिकली लॉन्च्ड इन ऑर्डर टू जनरेट द सोलर पावर बाय इंस्टॉलिंग the solar panels on the roofs of the houses, and that is what the aim of this particular program was. और जब हम बात करते हैं, see these kind of current development of these programs and the schemes are they are really very important to be covered from the exam point of view, क्योंकि हमने एग्जाम के अंदर देखा है कि बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस ऐसे ही डायमेंशंस के ऊपर आते हैं एग्जाम के अंदर। ठीक है जी, तो गाइस जब हम बात करते हैं इस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन की, तो इस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन में आपको बताना है कि कौन सी डेट तक के लिए इसको एक्सटेंड किया गया है, एंड द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन डी, दैट इज 31st March 2026, दैट इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन। नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, इंडिया एंड द डैश नेवी हैज कंडक्टेड अ स्पेशल फोर्सेस एक्सरसाइज संगम। तो यहां पर जब भी ऐसी डिफेंस एक्सरसाइज की बात आए, आपको क्या याद रखना है कि उसका नाम क्या है, वो कहां पर हुई थी? दैट इज वेन्यू, दैट इज गोवा फॉर द संगम एक्सरसाइज। और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज, कौन सी कंट्री की नेवी के बीच में या फिर आर्म फोर्सेस के बीच में एक्सरसाइज हुई है? सो व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द टू पार्टीज, वन इज द इंडिया एंड व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दैट अनदर पार्टी? दैट इज बेसिकली ऑप्शन सी, दैट इज यूएस। तो इंडिया और यूएस नेवी के बीच में कि स्पेशल फोर्सेस एक्सरसाइज हुई है, दैट इज संगम, एंड इट वाज हेल्ड इन गोवा। नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, अकॉर्डिंग टू द रिन्यूएबल्स 2022 an annual report by dash, see we always tell you whenever there is a report and this is in the news, what you are required to cover? The very first dimension is the releasing body, और उसी के ऊपर ये क्वेश्चन है। So quickly tell me in the comment section, what is the releasing body for this particular report, Renewables 2022, and as per this report, global renewables capacity is set to double over the next 5 years. A very important finding from this report. And when I talk about the right answer to this question, it is International Energy Agency. और आपके सामने यहाँ पर एक क्वेश्चन और है कि आप मुझे बताइए कि हेडक्वार्टर कहाँ पर है इंटरनेशनल एनर्जी एजेंसी का, इन द कमेंट सेक्शन बिलो. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. INS Kochi and INS Kavarati and INS Sumedha have participated in the BNIFR 2022. IFR basically stands for the International Fleet Review, और आपको बताना है कि कौन सी कंट्री की नेवी है जिसने इसको कंडक्ट किया है. सो हियर गाइस द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी, दैट इज बांग्लादेश. बांग्लादेश नेवी ने इसको कंडक्ट किया था. दैट इज द राइट आंसर. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. जापान ने रिसेंटली डेवलप किया है नेक्स्ट जनरेशन फाइटर जेट with which of the following countries. तो रिसेंटली जापान ने इस नेक्स्ट जनरेशन फाइटर जेट को यहां पर डेवलप किया है, और आपके लिए क्वेश्चन ये है कि कौन सी कंट्री के साथ मिलकर इन्होंने इसको को डेवलप किया है. एंड हियर गाइस द राइट आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन इज ऑप्शन बी, दैट इज यूनाइटेड किंगडम. तो यूके और इटली के साथ मिलकर इन्होंने इस पर्टिकुलर नेक्स्ट जनरेशन फाइटर जेट को डेवलप किया है. सो देयर आर थ्री कंट्रीज, जापान, यूके एंड इटली. काइंडली रिमेंबर द नेम ऑफ ऑल दीस थ्री कंट्रीज फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. इंडसइंड बैंक ने पार्टनरशिप की है 500 करोड़ को लेंडिंग पैक्ट विद एनबीएफसी एसवी क्रेडिट लाइन, और आपको ये बताना है कि ये जो 500 करोड़ का लोन है ये एक्सक्लूसिवली किसको दिया गया है, बेनिफिशियरीज इसके कौन होने वाले हैं. इट विल बी वुमेन बोरोवर्स, वुमेन फार्मर्स, pulse growing farmers, transgenders or artisans. What is the right answer? See guys, when I talk about this particular co-lending pact which has been signed, this is going to help the women to access the affordable loans women को मिल सकें, from which they can use in the wide range of economic activities like agriculture, animal husbandry. And now I think that it will be very easy for you to answer this question. That is option A, women borrowers. That is the right answer to this question. Now the next question. ADB has approved a dash loan to expand the Chennai's metro. See guys, we always tell you that whenever such kind of loans are being disbursed, are being signed by the ADB like organizations, you are always required to remember what was the amount of that particular loan. And here guys, when I talk about the right answer, it is option E, that is 780 million US dollars. Now the next question. Dina Boluarte has sworn in as the first female president, और आपको बताना है कि कौन सी कंट्री की वो प्रेसिडेंट बनी है. सी गाइस, हियर व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलर कंट्री, अगर हम उसकी कैपिटल की बात करें, इट इज कैपिटल इज लीमा. ठीक है जी. नाउ आई थिंक दैट इट इज वेरी इजी फॉर यू टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन. इफ यू रिमेंबर कि लीमा कौन सी कंट्री की कैपिटल है, देन यू कैन डेफिनेटली आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन. सो व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द राइट आंसर, इट इज ऑप्शन सी, दैट इज पेरू. अब आपके लिए क्वेश्चन ये है कि उसकी करेंसी क्या है. आप मुझे बताइए कमेंट सेक्शन के अंदर, व्हाट इज द करेंसी ऑफ लीमा, सॉरी व्हाट इज द करेंसी ऑफ पेरू. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Spanning over dash week, so basically you are required to tell me the tenure of one of the program. The HDFC ERGO Technocrat Advanced .NET Developer Program in association with the NIIT Institute of Finance, Banking and Insurance will create a ready to deploy talent who will offer technology powered insurance solutions. और आपको ये बताना है कि कितने वीक्स का ये प्रोग्राम है. दिस इज वन ऑल्सो वंस अगेन वन ऑफ द ऑफ ट्रैक क्वेश्चंस व्हिच कैन कम अप इन द एग्जाम, और आपको हम उसके लिए रेडी कर सकें. दैट इज व्हाई such kind of questions are being placed strategically here in this particular top 50 MCQ session. Now guys, please tell me what is the right answer in the comment section. You are just required to tell me the tenure of this particular program, that how many weeks, for how many weeks it will be done. So when I talk about the right answer, it is option D, that is 10. Now the next question. So PM Sheikh Hasina जी को recently global ambassador बनाया गया है for one of the disease, और आपको बताना है कि उस disease का क्या नाम है. It is diabetes, cancer, malaria, typhoid, dengue. So PM Sheikh Hasina, she is the PM of Bangladesh. जब हम बात करते हैं इस क्वेश्चन के सही आंसर की, the right answer is basically option A, that is diabetes. Now why it is very important to be covered? See guys, this is the first global ambassador. ये पहली global ambassador बनी है for this disease, and for the very first time that some person has been basically named as the global ambassador for that particular disease, and the name of that person is PM Sheikh Hasina ji, and the right answer to the name of the disease is option A, that is diabetes. Now the next question. Retired Air Marshal PV Iyer has launched the book. So recently इन्होंने अपनी एक बुक लॉन्च की है. What is the name of that book? This is a very direct and halwa question for all of you. The right answer is Fit at Any Age. That is the right answer. That is the title of the book which has been launched. Now the next question. As per a recently released report by the International Energy Agency, India will add dash amount of renewable energy capacity by 2027. So guys, यहाँ पर आपके सामने क्वेश्चन है कि India is going to add dash amount of renewable energy capacity by 2027. So these kind of targets, These kind of national targets, they are really very important from the exam point of view. And when I talk about the right answer, it is option E, that is 145 gigawatt. So 145 gigawatt is the right answer. That is the amount of the capacity that India is basically going to add to its renewable energy capacity. By which year? By year 2027. A very important point that you must note down from the exam point of view. Now the next question. As per the 5th edition of WHO's Global Antimicrobial Resistance and Use Surveillance System, that is the GLASS report, over what percentage of the life-threatening bacterial infections are becoming resistant to the treatment? A very important finding from World Health Organization. तो WHO अगर आ गया है, so guys let me make it clear that you are really required to remember कि headquarter उसका क्या है, उसके डायरेक्टर जनरल का नाम क्या है या फिर उसके प्रेसिडेंट का नाम क्या है, whoever is the head of that organization. तो पिछले सेशन के अंदर मैंने इसको कवर किया था. If you have not watched that session, kindly watch it. When I talk about the right answer to this question, guys, it is option C, that is 50%, a very important part. So see, क्वेश्चन एग्जाम के अंदर ऐसे भी आ सकता है कि जो ग्लास रिपोर्ट है उसका आपको फुल फॉर्म दिया जाएगा और सिंपली पूछा जाएगा कि क्या कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसने इसको रिलीज किया है. द आंसर विल बी WHO. सो दीज काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस यू मस्ट बी प्रिपेयर्ड फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. पीएनबी हाउसिंग फाइनेंस कंपनी ने रिसेंटली एक होम लोन स्कीम लॉन्च की है और आपको बताना है कि उस स्कीम का बेसिकली नाम क्या है. उस स्कीम के अंतर्गत दे आर बेसिकली गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड the home loan in the tier 1 and tier 2 cities under which individuals may apply for the loans ranging from 5 lakh to 30 lakh, and the right answer to that particular home loan is Roshni. So this is the right answer. Very direct question here. Now moving on to the next question. So Asian Development Bank ने यहाँ पर अप्रूव किया है USD $250 million की लोन पॉलिसी बेस्ड which will finance the first sub program of SMILE program. What does L stands for in the SMILES, guys? Very easy question, a halva question. A lot of time we have basically covered the SMILE program in our sessions, and now please tell me what is the right answer to this question. So here, guys, the right answer is option D, that is logistics. So it is basically strengthening the multimodal and integrated logistic ecosystem program that is basically being launched. उसके लिए अप्रूव किया है USD $250 million. पॉलिसी बेस्ड लोन किसने किया है? एशियन डेवलपमेंट बैंक ने किया है, जिसका अगर हेडक्वार्टर की बात करें इन द मनीला फिलीपींस. सो दैट इज द राइट आंसर. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो नोमुरा ने रिसेंटली एक्सपेक्ट किया है कि इंडिया की जीडीपी ग्रोथ रेट कितना परसेंट होने वाली है इन फिस्कल ईयर 2024. सो गाइस, अ वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. नाउ लेट मी गिव यू सम अदर फैक्ट्स एज वेल कि रिसेंटली दिसंबर एडिशन लॉन्च किया था ऑफ द ग्लोबल इकोनॉमिक आउटलुक व्हिच वाज लॉन्च्ड बाय फिच. तो फिच ने इसको लॉन्च किया था जिसमें उन्होंने कहा था कि इंडिया का जीडीपी जो ग्रोथ फोरकास्ट है फॉर दिस फाइनेंशियल ईयर इट इज गोइंग टू बी 7%. व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द फिस्कल ईयर 24 इट इज गोइंग टू बी 6.2%. व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द फिस्कल ईयर 25 इट इज गोइंग टू बी 6.9%. तो जब हम बात करते हैं नोमुरा की कि नोमुरा ने बेसिकली क्या फोरकास्ट किया है, इट इज बेसिकली ऑप्शन ए, दैट इज 5.1% फॉर फिस्कल ईयर 24. दैट इज द राइट आंसर. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो एज पर रिसेंटली रिलीज्ड 2022 Hurun Global 500 report, India has added 9 new entities to take its tally to dash in the list of top global 500 companies. So इस लिस्ट के अंदर बेसिकली कितने एंटिटीज को यहाँ पर ऐड किया है? 9 एंटिटीज को ऐड किया है. और बेसिकली अब यहाँ पर व्हाट इज द न्यू नंबर दैट मस्ट फिल दिस पर्टिकुलर ब्लैंक? दैट इज व्हाट द क्वेश्चन इज डिमांडिंग. एंड हियर गाइस द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन सी, दैट इज 20. Now the next question, which of the following states or UTs have received the award for best practice in tuberculosis ACSM? So इसमें से कौन सी स्टेट और UT है जिसको कि जिसको अवार्ड दिया गया है for the best practice in tuberculosis? And here guys the right answer is option B, that is Meghalaya. Very direct question guys, very direct question, and these are the very important one that you must cover from the exam point of view. Now the next question, who among the following has been named as BWF Female Badminton Player of the Year 2022? A very important question. I am marking the star here guys. See, BWF फीमेल बैडमिंटन प्लेयर. सी, इस तरीके के जो क्वेश्चंस हैं दे आर बीइंग आस्क्ड इन द एग्जाम. हमने बात की वर्ल्ड एथलीट ऑफ द ईयर, तो इस तरीके के क्वेश्चंस हैं एग्जाम के अंदर आते हैं. टाइम मैगजीन ऑफ द ईयर. तो ऐसे जो पर्सनालिटीज हैं जो कि रिसेंटली न्यूज के अंदर है, यू आर ऑलवेज रिक्वायर्ड टू कवर दोस पर्सनालिटीज फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. नाउ व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द राइट आंसर इट इज ऑप्शन बी, दैट इज अकिन यामागुची. एंड गाइस यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी फ्रॉम व्हिच कंट्री does she belongs to in the comment section. Do tell me from which country she belongs to in the comment section. Now let us move on to the next question. So Ghar Go Home and Reunite portal रिसेंटली डेवलप किया गया है और लॉन्च किया है, और आपको बताना कि वो कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, मिनिस्ट्री है जिसने कि ये घर गो होम और रीयूनाइट पोर्टल को लॉन्च किया है. एंड हियर गाइस द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन डी, दैट इज नेशनल कमीशन फॉर द प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ चाइल्ड राइट्स. ठीक है, तो इसको यहाँ पर इन्होंने लॉन्च किया है. व्हाट इज द पर्पस, दैट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, दैट व्हाट इज अ purpose of launching these kind of portals. It is to digitally monitor and track the restoration and repatriation of the children. That is why this Ghar Go Home and Reunite portal has been launched by the National Commission for Protection of the Child Rights. I hope that the objective of this particular portal is very much clear to all of you. Let's move on to the next question. So ISRO ने यहाँ पर recently successfully complete किया है joint hypersonic vehicle trial along with the headquarter integrated defense staff. यहां पर क्वेश्चन काफी इंटरेस्टिंग लाइंस पर है. द क्वेश्चन इज बेसिकली, ये जो हाइपरसोनिक व्हीकल है जिसके यहां पर ट्रायल्स को कंप्लीट किया गया है, इट हैज द एबिलिटी टू ट्रैवल डैश टाइम्स फास्टर. सी गाइस, बेसिकली हम इसको कंपेयर कर रहे हैं विद द स्पीड ऑफ साउंड. तो स्पीड ऑफ साउंड से कितना फास्टर ये बेसिकली ट्रैवल कर सकता है, दैट इज व्हाट द क्वेश्चन इज ऑल अबाउट. एंड हियर गाइस द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन सी, दैट इज 5. दैट इज, इट इज 5 टाइम्स फास्टर देन द स्पीड ऑफ साउंड. दैट इज व्हाट द राइट आंसर इज. नाउ यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इंस्टीट्यूट हैज ओपनड India's first center of excellence for 3D bioprinting. See guys, a very important question. Why it is important? Because these two words are basically adding the significance to this particular question, that is India's first center of excellence. और जब भी कोई चीज ऐसी इंडिया के अंदर पहली बार होती है, it becomes really very important from the exam point of view. So here guys, the right answer is option D, that is IISc Bangalore. So IISc Bangalore ने यहाँ पर इसको basically यहाँ पर ये इंस्टीट्यूट ओपन हुआ है. ठीक है जी, सॉरी, ये पहला सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस यहां पर ओपन हुआ है इन द आईआईसी बेंगलुरु. दैट इज द राइट आंसर. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज द थीम ऑफ द ह्यूमन राइट्स डे 2022? ह्यूमन राइट्स डे 2022 डेट और थीम सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. डेट की बात करें, इट इज सेलिब्रेटेड ऑन 10th of December. थीम आपके सामने क्वेश्चन के अंदर है. आउट ऑफ दीज 5 ऑप्शंस, प्लीज टेल मी व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर टू द ह्यूमन राइट्स डे 2022. व्हाट इज द थीम ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर डे फॉर ईयर 2022? And here guys, it is basically dignity, freedom and justice for all. That is the right answer to this question. Now the next question. Enabling gender responsiveness, responsive urban mobility in public spaces in India. ये एक रिपोर्ट यहाँ पर लॉन्च की गई है और आपको बताना है कि कौन सी वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसने इस रिपोर्ट को लॉन्च किया है. इज इट वर्ल्ड बैंक, वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम, यूएनडीपी, यूरोपियन कमीशन और ऑल ऑफ द अबव? सी गाइस, वी ऑलवेज टेल you that whenever there is such kind of reports and this are in the news, always cover such some certain dimensions, and the very first dimension we always tell you is the releasing body of that particular report. तो रिलीज किसने किया है? Enabling gender responsive urban mobility in public spaces in India. The right answer to the question is option A, that is World Bank. अब यहां पर कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट फाइंडिंग्स भी हैं इस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट की. दैट इज एज पर द रिपोर्ट 84% ऑफ वुमेन्स ट्रिप्स वर एस्टिमेटेड टू बी बाय पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट. द रिपोर्ट सेड दैट 45% ऑफ द वुमेन गो टू वर्क बाय फुट वर्सेस 27% ऑफ द मेन. तो यहां पर कुछ कंपैरिजंस यहां पर दिए गए हैं कि 84% हमारे जो भी वुमेन्स की ट्रिप्स होते हैं, दे आर बेसिकली इन द पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट. एंड व्हेन वी कंपेयर द परसेंटेज ऑफ द वुमेन एज इन कंपैरिजन विद द मेन who go by foot to their workplace, that is basically 45.4% as compared to 27.4% for the men. Now the next question, which of the following banks has partnered with the Startup India to launch 6th Parivartan Smartup Grant? तो इस 6th Parivartan Smartup Grant को लॉन्च करने के लिए कौन सी वो बैंक है जिसने पार्टनरशिप किया है स्टार्टअप इंडिया के साथ? एंड हियर गाइस, द राइट आंसर इज HDFC Bank, which is the right answer. Now the next question, who among the following has took oath as the 15th CM of Himachal Pradesh? A very easy question and a halwa question for all of you. The right answer is option B, that is Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu, who has recently taken oath as the 15th CM of the Himachal Pradesh. Now the next question, who among the following has been elected as the first woman president of Indian Olympic Association? Guys, this was the question I have asked you in the last session as a homework question, and this time we have this kind of question. This is once again a very important question because this particular personality has become the first woman president. She has become the first woman president of Indian Olympic Association, and she is none other than the legendary option A, that is PT Usha. That is the right answer. Now the next question, which of the following companies is set to acquire the cement assets of JP Group at a cost of rupees 5666 crore? And guys, this is once again such kind of a very easy question from the acquisitions, and here guys, it is the right answer is option B, that is Dalmia Cement. See, these are very direct questions guys, they do not need any kind of discussion here. That's why I'm just telling you the answers to this question. Let's move on to the next question. So the National Investment Infrastructure Fund Limited, इन्होंने एक MOU साइन किया है with which of the following state government for the infra projects? See, पहली चीज, व्हाट इज द एम? इंफ्रा प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए इस पर्टिकुलर एमओयू को साइन किया गया है. सेकंड इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ द पार्टी? NIIFL is one of the party. Second party is one of the state and UT government that you are required to tell me in the comment section. So when I talk about the right answer, it is option D, that is Tamil Nadu. That is the right answer. Now the next question, Prime Minister has inaugurated phase 1 of Hindu Hriday Samrat Bala Saheb Thackeray Maharashtra Samriddhi Mahamarg. और ये कौन सी सिटी के अंदर इसको बेसिकली इनॉग्रेट किया गया है, दैट इज व्हाट द क्वेश्चन इज. सो गाइस यू आर आल्सो रिक्वायर्ड टू ट्रैक द प्राइम मिनिस्टर एज वेल कि वो कहां जा रहे हैं, किस चीज को इनॉग्रेट कर रहे हैं, कौन सा प्रोग्राम लॉन्च कर रहे हैं, कौन सा स्कीम लॉन्च कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज ही इज द focal point for all such kind of initiatives which are basically in the news, and that is also very much important from the exam point of view. Now when I talk about the right answer, it is option E, that is Nagpur. Now the next question, the unmanned Orion spacecraft of NASA completed the first mission of the Artemis lunar program. और इसके अकॉर्डिंग जो आर्टेमिस मिशन है, इसके अकॉर्डिंग यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी इसमें से कौन से पर्सन को NASA is going to land on the moon for the first time. That means first time NASA is going to land which of the following persons on the moon. That is what the question is all about. Is it the women, person of color, person of LGBTQ community, both A and B, or all A, B and C? So guys, such kind of questions are off track questions, but they are really being asked in the exam because this is the first time that NASA is going to basically aiming such kind of thing. So when I talk about the right answer, guys, it is option D, that is both A and B. That is the right answer to this particular question. Now guys, we are moving towards the last question of our today's session, that is here on your screen, and here the question is International Universal Health Coverage Day, and आपको मुझे बताना है comment section के अंदर, and I want all of you to answer it correctly in the comment section, that what is the date on which we basically celebrate International Universal Health Coverage Day, which is very important. International Universal Health Coverage is very important for the health and well-being of all the people living across the world. When I talk about the right answer to this question, it is option C, that is 12th of December. That is the right answer. So guys, that was all from the today's session. I really believe that you must have enjoyed it, and now if you're new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join our Telegram channel in order to access the PDF of the today's session as well as other sessions as well that we basically conduct on our YouTube channel. So I hope that this is clear to all of you. But now this is not the end here, because you are required to tell me that what is your score out of 50 in this particular session, because that is very important for all of you to analyze, so that you can just analyze that what is exactly your present level of preparation and what are the areas on which you are really required to work on to just convert your weaknesses into strength. So guys, I really believe that is very much useful, and you are really required to comment your scores in the comment section of this session. And now guys, if you are having any queries, you can just drop your emails at hello@edutap.co.in. You can also call us at 8146207241, and you can also comment your queries in the comment section of this particular session. So guys, I believe that today's session was useful and fruitful to all of you. If you have liked it, then kindly give your feedback in the comment section, and I will meet you in the next session. Till then, wish you all happy learning.